Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with Fitness Insider coming at you guys with another good one today. But first, as always, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join the family. Special thanks to everybody that has been subscribing, commenting, and leaving likes, man. I appreciate you guys. You are the reason, you are the biggest reason I do this. I really appreciate it. Now, let's get into this, man. This is what we've all been waiting for. The prejudging at the Arnold Classic 2020 Men's Open. Now, looking here, what do we see? This is obviously who the judges are seeing as the top four as far as the prejudging goes. Now, when I take a general consensus, a quick look at what I'm seeing here, obviously, William Bonac, they're thinking he's going to be in the top one or two. Before this, when they brought out six guys, the first time they brought everybody out, and Ramy was kind of on the outside, which almost makes me think that they have William Bonac in front of him. They brought just these four back out after and had Dexter in the middle with Bonac and then moved them around and then put Ramy in the middle with Bonac. So the way the judges are moving these guys around, I would not be surprised if they have William Bonac in first and then possibly Big Ramy and Dexter battling for second and third. Now, my thoughts on the physiques. So, William Bonac, let's start there. William Bonac looks almost exactly how I thought William Bonac was going to look. He came in super shredded, as he always does. Very, very separated, 3D muscle. He looks very good. It's a very good William Bonac. I expected nothing less from the guy. You know, he comes in on every single time. That's basically his calling card. The one thing with William is the same problem he had in the 2019 Olympia. It seems like he has a little bit of a downsized left leg, some kind of atrophy going on. And it was something I was wondering about going into the show, if that was going to be improved upon from the Olympia or if he was going to carry in that same issue into this show. And it seems like he might have brought up a little bit of size to it, so I don't know what's going on there. I know he said there was some kind of back injury or something going into the Olympia. Maybe it was like nerves, who knows, but it's not bad enough to where I think it's going to hurt him as far as placing goes, but it was just something I noticed. So William definitely looks like a front runner of this show. Let's move on to Big Ramy. Excuse me. My thoughts on Big Ramy. Big Ramy, this is a good Big Ramy. It's not a amazing Big Ramy. In fact, I think the 2017 Olympia Big Ramy is probably a better full package than what he brought here. But, guys, it is still early. You know, he could still come in tighter and a little bit more downsized into the finals. So, a quick throwback to the 2016 Arnold Classic Ohio. Kai Green came into the prejudging, and Steve Weinberger said himself, he lost almost every pose against Cedric McMillan in the prejudging. And then he came back for the night show and won almost every single pose. And even Steve said himself that was the only guy he's ever seen make that kind of changes from the morning to the night. So it is possible Ramy could come back more tight, more streamlined, and take this show. I still am not losing hope yet that he's going to come in better in the night show. In fact, if you look at the 2018 Olympia, the Friday show, he came in way too big, way too watery. He just had very little definition. And then in 24 hours, he came back for the Saturday show. I heard he was something like 20, 25 pounds down, and he looked incredible. He made so much change in one day. Now, the disadvantage is he does not have a full day to make this change. He has basically half a day to make this change. Do I think he can do it? Who knows? You know, these guys are capable of doing incredible things with their body in a very short amount of time. I'm sure him and Chad Nichols are working on something to come in a little bit more tight and streamlined. So can Big Ramy win the show still? It's possible. Right now it looks like William Bonac is the person the judges have favored for the front runner. But, you know, never say never. This is still a good version of Big Ramy. He still looks, you know, pretty separated. His quads look really good. I think his quads are a bit oversized. It looks like his quads are even bigger than they used to be. But overall, yeah, I am still impressed with Big Ramy. It's not the 300 pounds bone dry shredded Big Ramy that we thought we were going to see, but it's still a very good version of Big Ramy, and I'm still impressed. You know, I think we're going to see a better version of Big Ramy tonight. Hopefully he doesn't fade anymore, and hopefully comes in a little bit tighter. Let's go ahead and move on to Steve Kuklo and Dexter Jackson. Okay, guys, let's talk about Steve Kuclo and Dexter Jackson. So first, let's talk about Steve Kuclo. Steve Kuclo definitely came in looking at his best. This is one of the best Steves I've ever seen, if not the best. He definitely came in with the fullness that I wanted to see from him, and also with very good conditioning. He looks very separated. This is a very good Steve. Can't say that enough. And I'm very happy for Steve. I even said last night, he's somebody that slipped my radar for, maybe a month out of the show. I didn't really think too much about him being in the top 6. And then the last week or so, I've been having like a watchful eye kept for him, and he's been looking better and better. In the last couple updates from him definitely gave me the faith that he could hit the top 6, and it looks like he even exceeded as farther than I thought he would be, and it looks like he's definitely going to be at the lowest 4th place. Granted, the night show, if a couple guys, come in looking insane, if they make the proper adjustments, all these places can move around. But right now it looks like Steve is going to be no lower than 4th, and, I'm happy for the guy. Let's look at Dexter Jackson. Dexter is about as good as Dexter always looks. Dexter comes in the same as William Bonac. These two come in dry, separated, and full every single time. So Dexter came in exactly what I thought Dexter would do. Is this the best Dexter we've ever seen? No, but it's still a very good Dexter, and something, for Dexter to hit top 3 in this show, even top 4, that's still amazing for a guy at 50 years old, so I'm very happy for him too. I know he probably wanted to win this show, but, still top 3, top 4, that's phenomenal for the guy. Now, who would I think is going to take 3rd place? So far, I think they're leaning towards Dexter in 3rd, but Steve, man, he's so close, because you're really looking at mass versus lines from proportion, because I think Dexter has better lines than Steve. He has a prettier physique, if you will, but Steve has just insane mass and just muscle hanging off the guy. So I mean, and he brought the conditioning, he brought the separation. So if Steve took 3rd place, it wouldn't bother me at all. In fact, I think it would be a good call. Either one of those guys would be a solid 3rd place. It just depends on what the judges want to favor more. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we're gonna go ahead and move into the 2nd call out and take a look at guys like Patrick Moore and Sergio. Okay, guys, so this appears to be the 2nd call out, and as I've said before, this is such a stacked lineup, man. This is definitely a treat for all bodybuilding fans. I'm super stoked to see all these guys coming in, and most of them look pretty good. The highlight to me out of all this 2nd call out is Sergio Oliva Jr. This is somebody that I've been talking about a lot lately, and I think a lot of people have been having their eye on lately, because his photos going into this show, his contest prep, he's been looking insane. And a lot of people were wondering, is this just gym photos looking crazy, or is this going to translate to a good package on stage? And nobody really knew. We haven't seen Sergio compete in a while, and I'm very happy to see that it actually translated the stage, and this dude looks phenomenal, man. He is conditioned, he looks full, he's big, he definitely made improvements since the last time we've seen him, and man, I'm super happy for the guy. He has a cool personality, he has a lot of good stuff going for him genetically. He's going to be a future star, as I've said before, man, and he looks great here, very conditioned. I can't say enough about how conditioned he is, because he don't have the most mass in lines. He's not like a Phil Heath that could come in off and still place insanely high. He has great genetics, but he definitely has to bring that conditioning to place high, and he definitely did, man. He looks amazing here, and it appears like he's gonna take top 6. Him and Cedric seem to be battling out for spots 5 and 6, which is why they probably got these two in the middle. So Cedric McMillan, let's talk about him. Cedric most likely, as of now, will take 5th place. And as far as Cedric goes, this is a good Cedric. It's about what we've been used to. I don't think he's as good as he was in like the 2016, 2017 Arnold Classic, but it's right up there. He's well separated. He definitely has a lot of mass, a lot more mass than a lot of these other guys, and a very good Cedric. And next, let's talk about Patrick Moore. This is somebody that we have all been hyping up a lot lately, and he definitely does not seem to be in the top 6 thus far. You know, as I've said before, a lot of changes can happen in the night show, which might move these guys' position around, but right now they seem to have him on the outside of the second call-out, which would assume that he's not in the top 6. So, you know, that's too bad for Patrick. It's still not a bad place, you know. Keep in mind, this is a very new bodybuilder. You know, he's still coming up in ranks. He does not have the size that a lot of these other basically veterans of the sport have. So he still has improvements to make. But I'd say this is a good Patrick Moore. I don't think he's as conditioned as he was in the 2019 Olympia, but he's still pretty conditioned. He has great aesthetics. And he still has that fullness, you know. So even though it doesn't look like he placed as well as he would like to so far, you know, nothing's cement in stone yet. But it seems like he still placed well. He brought a good package, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. But anyways, guys, I'm going to do more detailed analysis and everything once this show is said and done, and I'm also going to try to keep you guys up to date once the finals comes around. So definitely, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing if you like what you see, and I will do my best to keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.